Hello and welcome to Frontrunner Motorsport, and it is time for the final first round battle in the greatest touring car driver ever, Super Tournament, with Jason Plato taking on Tom Kristensen. Both touring car drivers with long careers, one more mixed than the other. So make sure you watch the whole video, then vote for your favourite driver by leaving their name in the comments below, and go back and vote on all the other first round battles. Some of them are very close and could still be decided by your vote. This will be the final week where you get a say on the first round, and subscribe so you don't miss out on round 2. But for this battle, let's begin with the king of smashing cars up, Jason Plato. Jason Plato spent a lot of his early career in various single-seater racing series, winning the Formula Renault Euro Cup and racing in British Formula 3. After failing to progress further towards Formula 1, Plato would make his debut in the British touring cars in 1997, racing for the Williams Renault team alongside eventual champion Alain Menu. Plato made a splash right away, taking 2 wins and finishing 3rd overall, as well as racing in the Bathurst 1000. In both 1998 and 1999, Jason Plato in the Renault would finish 5th overall both years, taking a win in each, before moving to Vauxhall in 2000. He'd take another 2 BTCC wins, but again finished the year 5th. But took his best result at Bathurst with 10th in a Holden Racing Team Commodore. In 2001 he would take his first BTCC championship, beating teammate Ivan Muller as the pair dominated the year. He attempted to realise his ambitions of racing in NASCAR by moving to the British ASCAR series. Given his ability to have big crashes, NASCAR would have been a good fit for Plato. With no wins and a 3rd in the championship, Plato took a job with SEAT for 2003 and sat out for a year, before returning to the BTCC with SEAT for 2004. Despite taking the most wins of anyone with 7, Plato would finish 3rd behind the Vauxhalls. In 2005, Plato would fall behind the Hondas of Matt Neal and Dan Eves, as well as the Vauxhall of Ivan Muller. Plato did manage to finish 2nd in the European Touring Car Cup, as well as taking in a few races in the World Touring Car Championship. Matt Neal would become Plato's main rival, losing out to him in 2006 after taking 8 wins, and in 2007 Plato would lose out on the championship by just 3 points to Fabrizio Giovanardi, before finishing 3rd in 2008, taking his final 8 SEAT wins. In 2009 Jason Plato moved to Chevrolet, taking 7 wins including all 3 races at the final round at Brands Hatch, finishing 2nd in the championship to Colin Turkington by just 5 points. In 2010, Plato would take 7 wins on his way to championship glory and beating rival Matt Neal. In 2011, Plato would have his final year with Chevrolet, taking 8 wins and finishing 3rd, before switching to the MG team on their return to the BTCC for 2012. 6 wins led to 3rd in the championship, a long way ahead of teammate Andy Neate, who will never feature in these tournaments. Plato would finish 3rd again in 2013 before finishing runner-up to Colin Turkington in 2014. He had a single season in a Volkswagen in 2015, but again finished runner-up, this time to Gordon Shedden. In 2016 he moved to Subaru, but this was the start of a downturn in form. In his previous 17 seasons in the British touring cars, Plato had never finished outside the top 5 in the championship. In 2016 he would take 1 win and finish 7th overall, a single win and 12th overall in 2017. Only 4 points finishes in 2018 meant he finished way down in 27th. He returned in 2019 to Vauxhall and got a win, but still only finished 7th. After a year off because of COVID, he had a poor 2021 and finished 14th overall, with only a single podium. Despite his recent form, Jason Plato is one of the greats of touring cars. His 98 wins is by far the most of anyone, with 35 more than Matt Neal in 2nd. His 26 wins at Brands Hatch in the BTCC is also incredible, but Plato has the most BTCC wins at Knockhill, Alton Park, Rockingham and Snetterton. It's a shame he has not won more than 2 championships, but he did finish in the top 3 13 times. Truly one of the most staggering British touring car careers of all time. But Tom Kristensen is a man of many talents. The Dane is the all-time record holder for wins at Le Mans, has raced in practically every kind of race series around. If this was the greatest sports car driver ever Super Tournament, it would be difficult to beat Tom Kristensen. But this is touring cars. Tom Kristensen has had a very mixed career in a variety of series. Early on in his career he won the German Formula 3 title in 1991, before moving on to Japan and his first taste of touring car action in the Japanese series in 1992. He'd take a win in a Nissan Skyline and finish 3rd overall. He'd take another win in 1993, before switching to a Toyota Corona for 1994. This is the closest Kristensen came to winning the Japanese championship. He'd take 5 wins and finish second, just 3 points off the top. He couldn't match that level of success in 1995 in his final attempt. 3 wins was only good enough for 5th. In 1996 he had his only full series in the All Japan GT Championship, now Super GT. He scored points but wasn't overly competitive in the Toyota Supra. Whilst competing in the International F3000 Championship, taking his first steps in endurance racing and testing a Minardi Formula 1 car, Tom Kristensen also moved into the Super Tourenwagen Cup in 1998 with Honda. He struggled in the highly competitive field, scoring regular points and ending the year 11th with only 1 podium. In the final STW series in 1999, the field had lost a lot of its edge and Tom Kristensen was much more competitive. 3 wins would leave him 3rd in the championship, but nearly 100 points off the title fight. He stayed with Honda but moved to the British Touring Cars for 2000, his only attempt at the series. He'd take 3 wins but end the year 7th overall, but ahead of more experienced Honda driver James Thompson. He'd stay away from touring cars for a few years, instead testing F1 cars for Williams and Jaguar, and winning at the Le Mans 24-hour race. In 2004 he joined Audi in DTM, a manufacturer who have given him the majority of his Le Mans success. He would take 1 win in his first year at Oschersleben and finish the year 4th overall, again some way off the title fight. In 2005 Kristensen would not take a single win, but was consistent and finished the year 3rd, and in 2006 he would have his best year, or at least the closest he came to the DTM title, winning 2 races and finishing 3rd again. He was still 15 points behind eventual champion Bruno Spengler. In 2007 he'd miss a few rounds due to injury after a testing accident. This hampered his DTM season and he finished 14th. In 2008 he would take 3 podium finishes on his way to 8th, and in 2009 he would match this despite taking his 4th and final DTM win. He'd make a single appearance in 2011 but was done with touring car racing and the DTM after this point. He'd continued to have sports car success up to his retirement in 2014. He may never have won a touring car championship, but Mr. Le Mans did win races in every touring car series he raced in, all around the world, and was usually competitive. Is that enough to secure your vote ahead of Jason Plato? So there are the arguments for Jason Plato and Tom Kristensen. Who will you vote for? Leave their name in the comments below and help your pick onto the next round. Don't forget to go back to every other first round battle and leave your votes there as well. The next round begins soon, so time is running out to get your favourite drivers into the quarterfinals. Remember to subscribe so you don't miss any of the action. Leave a comment with your vote, leave a like and tell your friends. Thank you for watching and have a good one.